So all through this year, since 2nd March, we have seen a lot of measures on the retail investor protection as well. So anything in the offing? I also had one specific curious question, but anything more in the offing on that front? So we have seen platforms being launched, we have seen ideas being floated by Sebi in the last 1 year. But what more should we expect is the first part of the question, sir.
On
the retail investor protection, sir, because we have seen the way the numbers have zoomed really, and definitely SEBI is addressing on that front, sir.
So one of the issues is actually pre-investments also. That means someone who is intending to come but actually has been hijacked by scamsters. So it doesn't come even to SEBI, or to any broker, because he's actually fallen trap into this high return, lalach, I would say. And the people will then, through WhatsApp and fake apps and others, and people are putting some of the money. And these instances are quite many. So therefore, there is a problem. How the people they are becoming very casual before they are actually, start trusting even the fake people like, absolutely as the right intermediaries. We are cautioning them again and again. We are doing all, possible things in order to curb this, and to prevent and protect them, to protect their money, which is the whole principle is going. So, where we say that Sebi check tool we launched in October 25. We have an app, Sarthi app. People can download it. In Sebi check rests on Arthi app. They can also download Sebi check. Also, they can do Sebi check also on website. So there within 30 seconds, you can check whether this particular account, any account where you are being asked to deposit money, whether it belongs to stock market or not, whether it's a personal account or a stock market account, so that you don't put in the money. And either a QR code, or because we created entire UPI valid under UPI for the security market, precisely for this reason, that there are so many millions of investors there, and wherever they are actually sending the money in whatever way through. So if they are doing it is a normal UPI, you can send. But if you have to send it to the stock market, any of the intermediaries, you have to use UPI valid. So we had to give new handles to everyone in those accounts which are receiving investors' money. So this is one which, like through the media, we would also like to convey to your viewers that it is very important to do the Sebi check for the first time people who are being there. I mean, they can easily catch it. The moment they actually catch, within 30 seconds, they know this is a fraud. So you have the big astra to check the fraud right at that incipient stage. We have to reach it out to so many people. We'll do all kinds of campaigns. We have launched a project Jagruk, which will roll out with multimedia campaign, multilingual campaign, in order to see that these frauds are done. Apart from other, this is pre, that means you have not even come. Then of course is that, disciplined investing, how you want to be, more SIP based investor. You can start with pooled vehicles instead of this. How not to jump to option trading when you are not adequately equipped to do it, because it's a very difficult market. So this is the kind of messaging that we want to, to do that, so that you can use the power of compounding long term, stay invested, disciplined investing on regular basis. And then that is where, many of your investors who have really become big from the stock markets, if you ask them, this is what they will actually tell you to do. So they have to listen to that. And then we have registered advisors, investment advisors, who can do financial planning for you, right? So idea is that we must sanitize the space. We are also saying the finfluencers who are transgressing our investment advice rules must go out of the cyberspace. So we also hunt them with our tools, AI tools, in order to see that, they are ousted from the cyberspace, and they don't. So we have taken action against many of those who would give investment advice without license from us.
Small follow-up, sir. On the RIS front, we see quite a lot of automation coming in, such that even digitally the RIS would give advisories and recommendations to people. In the past, we have heard you as well as senior Sebi officials say about SupTech being a very focus area. So, are you actually going into the algorithms to check that there is no bias in sitting inside that recommendatory engine, which possibly some investor might really fall prey to, sir?
I think whenever we are using the technologies in various ways to see that, and I don't think that we have come to the end of the road in technology. It's a constant development. How do we supervise? But certainly SupTech, we are a big user of technology, and we will continue to do so. More so also sometimes to do the alerts within our own system, so that you can fix things if suppose something is going wrong.
One of the most headlined interventions after you took over was the Conflict of Interest Committee. We have seen the report come out. You have also spoken about a few concerns which exist within the Sebi brass as the implementation possibly comes up. So what should we expect on this? Have those sort of frictions, if I may call it so, have those been sorted? Is there a headway on it? And what should be the final sort of a proposal which gets implemented for all the senior officials of Sebi, sir?
So we discussed it in the board, and we required more deliberation, so we will discuss it in the next board.
Sir, recently you have announced a comprehensive review of PMS regulation by mid-2026. So what specific rationalization can the industry expect to remain competitive against mutual funds?
Well, this is another different industry. It's not, mutual fund is a different industry. So let's not simply compare the two, because one is a pooled vehicle, in other words, there's a customized operation. We have to look at, what are the issues facing them. This regulation came in 2020. There are certain important things can be handled. For example, portability. Then, today, there is a requirement of opening a separate demat account. So you have to practically shift the securities. You have to sell securities here and to buy the securities here. Whereas we can make the things much easier, because the securities are in the name of the holder, and he is only merely shifting the portfolio manager, PMS operator, so fund manager. So therefore we are looking at, these are the issues, some of these issues we can look at it to make the system more efficient and more progressive.
So there are some concerns on the returns front of PMSs and how they are sold. Will the new setup actually address those concerns as well?
I will say all of the different concerns, after due deliberation, we will have a look at it. So I will not be in a position to respond at this thing unless they are, consulted with and deliberated.
So MCX encountered trading disruptions last year, and then recent NSDL technical glitch caused temporary market friction. So have these episodes triggered a rethink on operational resilience standards for market infrastructure institutions?
Pardon?
So these issues, have these episodes triggered a rethink on operational resilience standards for market?
Which one? I just want you to repeat.
MCX and NSDL.
Okay. You're talking of the technical issues.
Yes.
Now, the technical issues do occur once in a while. And the operations are quite complex. They are also interconnected. The two issues are of a different kind. In MCX and NSDL, they were of a different order, but they were technical issues, right? And in both the cases, the Sebi was kept in the loop right through, and Sebi was monitoring. We, in the latter case, in the NSDL case, all the market participants acted very responsibly and maturely and saw to it that the problems get resolved initially through shifting to DR and other ways, and then, many things spilled over and finally they could do it and settle the whole thing. But in both the instances, the root cause analysis is done, in a certain time frame, and then it is analyzed in TAC, which is a very technical advisory committee with experts, etc., and then remedial measures are taken. So I would say that, we will continue with that process and see to it that, the possibility of recurrence of that type of things are not there, and due measures are taken to strengthen that, identifying causes. But it happens that in the legacy softwares, things do come up once in a while. It's a very interconnected market, so it's also very heavy used markets, and things have to be always upgraded. And sometimes some issues, when they are found out, they are software related issues, sometimes something on hardware which happens, then I think the adequate technical capacity advises how to go about doing it, both corrective measures as well as upgradation measures which are taken.